it's Emily and welcome back to my channel. Today we are at the Catoctin Distillery, the maker of whiskey in Purcellville, Virginia. So aabangan natin ang pagtitikim ko ng whiskey sa pagawaan nila. And they are so far distributing for 7 countries and 27 states. Ito yung dinayo namin, Catoctin Creek Distillery and Tasting Room. So, at merong church. Can you believe that? Distillery is next to the church. Ayan, papasok na kami. Tingnan natin kung anong meron dito. Bourbon. Si Jowa ay iinom. Loudon County. Is this the one? Nasa tour kami ng whiskey.
Are you guys from Purcellville or around here?
No, actually from DC.
Okay. Alright. How about you guys? Okay. What brings you out this way today?
I've been here before, so
Okay.
I wanted to
Yeah,
first time.
it never worked out before whenever we were in the area.
Oh, really? So you've been wanting to come by?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Have you guys done a distillery tour before anywhere?
Nope.
Awesome. My name is Rich. So I work in here in production. I make whiskey here. On the weekends, in the tasting room, but I spend my days during the week doing all the stuff we do back here, distilling whiskey, distilling gin, mashing, proofing, that sort of thing. The building that you're in right now, this is the Case building. Okay, this building was built in 1921. It was originally a car dealership. It was a Buick dealership. These original carriage doors that you see here in the end of the building, that's where they used to bring the cars into the building. And I operated that way for, I think it was about 30 years or so. Before it was passed down to Mr. Case's son, who continued to operate it as a car dealership, and then it took on a bunch of interesting iterations. At one point, this became an archery range, which I would love to have seen that. It was a furniture store, a real estate office, so it's gone through a few different changes. 11 years ago, Scott and Becky Harris, the owners of Catoctin Creek, discovered these original glass. They discovered these cool ceilings, so they essentially just kind of gutted it and brought it back to what it was like in the beginning of 1921. So we've been in here for 11 years now, operating out of this space. We're producing about 100,000 bottles of spirit a year, and all of that is happening out of this room. Bag over your head, so you don't know where it is. But there's a lot of money in there, but it's a sight to see how high up the barrels go, and it's just this big old room of aging away whiskey. Our products here, Catoctin Creek, quinoa, rice, barley. We can start to grow certain strains of rye that haven't been grown. So it's all rye grain here in Virginia and Maryland. And so what we do is every day at 6 a.m. Peter will get here to work. This is a mash tun, and in this mash tun will be 300 gallons. And what we will do is hook up the pump to this mash tank. We will pump it over here to one of our fermenters. Now we have 6 fermenters here. You guys are welcome to come down if you'd like to see. So these fermenters here is where the mash will now spend the next 7 days of its life fermenting. And when we're fermenting, what we say yeast is eating sugar, and you're getting 2 byproducts. One is alcohol and one is carbon dioxide. So you see these buckets here, just bubbling away. And what's happening is all the CO2 that's produced gets collected, and it's trapped and collected, and it forces its way out of here so it can escape the tank. Otherwise, these tanks would just be under pressure, so it has to have a way out. And we put these hoses in a bucket to create what we call an airlock, so no bacteria can get back up inside that. So it keeps what's inside there safe, but allows the CO2 to get out. So for the next 7 days, the yeast are going to go to town, and they're going to eat as much sugar as they possibly can, at which point, after a week of fermenting, they will have died off. The fermentation will be finished, and we will be left with a 10% alcohol rye beer, basically is what we just made at that point. So it's the 7th day, and we pump it over here to our still. If you want to come take a look at our stills, we have 2. You can see they're the same design. This is Barney, and this is Ron.
Wow.
These are hybrid stills.
And they have names
Yes.
in it, huh?
So Barney got its name because on a pear brandy distillation back in the early days, it turned the copper purple. So this became Barney real quick. And this is Ron Burgundy. I don't know where he got his name, but that's Ron Burgundy. So we will have now pumped 300 gallons of delicious rye mash at 10% into our still. And we will, on the back, open the knob and turn on the steam, and we will flood this jacket you see surrounding the copper pot with steam. And we will heat up this still because now we want to release and evaporate all the alcohol that's in our mash. So for about 5 to 6 hours, while this mash tun is going, we will be over here distilling our spirit. And inside of there is also a long shaft with an impeller whirling that around and allowing us to keep the mash in contact with the outside walls where the heat is coming from. So as the vapor rises and comes in contact with one of those plates, which is colder than it, it will condense into droplets and fall back down again. And every time it does that, there's more vapor coming behind it, passing through and sort of filtering it in a sense with itself. These is all the stuff that you don't want to drink. Acetone, methanol. So ethanol is what we drink. Methanol is actually bad for us. So what our job as distillers to do is to cut the heads out of the run because we don't want that to go into your whiskey. So we don't get a lot. We'll collect, say, this much in the bucket of heads, and we know that the heads are done because we can smell it, we taste it. So one of the ways that we run the still is we just taste. We will then come up on our third part of the distillation, which is known as the tails. Now tails, unlike heads, are fully drinkable. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's some flavors and some bitterness and some oils and other things in there, some compounds that we don't want in our whiskey, but we still want to capture that alcohol because it's still good alcohol. Coming out of it just a little bit, and this has been in here since yesterday morning.
Somehow it smells like a sugar cane.
So it's not pretty, it's brown water, but this is what comes out of the still when we're finished. This is water, yeast, and flour, and nothing else. So what we'll do is, every morning, one of 2 or 3 local farmers comes with their pickup truck, and in the back is a big tank, and we will forklift these cones out, and we will dump them into their trucks. The outside of one of these barrels here, and just as you can see the inside is charred to, we use a medium plus toast. So this is gonna toast it. So the spirit comes off the still clear. There's no color whatsoever. And the barrel imparts all kinds of flavor and structure. It's a micro-oxidated environment, meaning it's not airtight. So the spirit goes in the barrels at 120 proof. When it comes out, it's about 117 proof, right around there. We call that loss.
I mean, it's fascinating just to watch it, like watch it go on, and then to like actually be part of the processes.
And I can take a video with it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, not while you're working though.
Do you need like a GoPro on?
Yeah, and he will take a video for me.
I like it.
It's going to be famous.
Sounds great.
So these are the barrels converted into tables for the tasting customers. This is Catoctin Creek.
Catoctin.
Catoctin.
Remember that's what the lady over at the winery told us. She said, yeah, don't listen to nothing they say out loud. It's Catoctin.
Catoctin, not Catoctin. And here comes the tasting. It's converted into
last weekend
cutting. What are the flavors?
So left to right, for you, sir, it's going to be the Purcellville. That's going to have our 80 proof whiskey. It's going to have some cola syrup, some lime juice, a little bit of club soda. The Revival in the middle, it's going to have our 92 proof whiskey. It's going to have a ginger syrup, some lemon juice, some dry sherry, Angostura bitters, and fresh thyme on top. And then the baby blue at the end, it's going to have our gin. It's going to have some blueberry syrup, some sour water, and some club soda with fresh blueberries on top.
Wow.
I actually took a picture of your menu because it says what's in there, and I was like, yeah, I'll never remember this.
I know. Took me me a week. I was like, okay, now what's in it? Okay, got it. I'm Maria. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Oops. What's the taste?
It tastes really good. Want to try some?
What is the name of this cocktail again?
I don't know. You have to look at the menu. Take it in your mouth and swish it around so you get a good taste of it, and swallow it down. You can drink water to chase it. Have a couple of peanuts.
And so we have the cocktail here. I tried the two ones and I'm going to try the last one, but the name of this one is Purcellville. It's composed of Roundstone rye, standard cola, lime juice, club soda, lime with. And the second one is the Revival, Roundstone rye, 92% proof, Pratt, standard ginger, lemon juice, dry sherry, Angostura. What is Angostura? Yeah, thyme. It's the thyme. The third one is the baby. What is that? Baby
Blue.
Baby blue. Watershed gin, blueberry syrup, sour water, club soda, fresh blueberries, and let's try it. Oh.
Take a big swig, take it in your mouth, taste it. Come on.
I'm gonna get drunk.
No.
So, amongst the three flavors, this is the one I like the best. The one with limes, and it's sweet and it tastes better. So I'm going to drink it and sip it again. It's whiskey, guys. It's whiskey. 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 We are done with our tour for today's video. Ito ay ang Catoctin Distillery, and I hope na masiyahan at mag-enjoy kayo sa pagpanood ng aking video, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day, everyone.